Yeah, 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 yeah. Yo, step right in, it's a funky display. Talking shit, today's the vibe we portray. No filters, no rules, just letting it flow. Strap in, folks, it's the shit show. Welcome to the shit show, buckle up tight. We're dropping raw truth, keeping it light. Laughs and chaos.
Welcome to episode 11, my friend.
Episode 11.
So we broke away from the Spanish, which is probably a good thing because I'm lost after like 5. So, no, the ocho. I know that one. Yeah, we're good there.
No, you're good. You're
So,
good.
up to almost 8. So how you doing, sir?
I am right as rain, buddy. You know, we just came off of Christmas. We're cruising here into New Year's. I heard something funny I had to share.
Okay.
There was a guy on TikTok who talked about, they called this lull between Christmas and New Year's Goochmas.
Goochmas, okay.
It's that little area in between.
Not where you're going right away.
And I saw that actually yesterday.
Okay.
And that would have put us, today's, Tuesday. So on Monday.
Yeah.
He probably posted that on Saturday or Sunday, but
Love it.
here we are. And I just thought that was funny as shit.
Well, I have to say, here we are the day before the last day of the year.
Yep.
Or the day before, I'm saying it too much now. So anyway, we're here last show of the year, and it has been a hell of a time. Lots of fun, lots of pours, guests.
Oh yeah.
We broke into talking with 2 different distillers, somebody else on a podcast that we're going to be talking with later today. And it's just going to keep on rolling, man. This has been great.
Yeah. So who's our guest today?
So we're going to be talking to Corey Allender from the Crack Skull podcast.
Oh, I've seen him.
So the major place I've seen him is on YouTube. I got connected with him on TikTok, like a lot of folks we have. And yeah, it's they jive well with us. They are into bourbon, but not necessarily as heavy into it. Really, it's, men's mental health and the important things about being good friends and exploring fun topics and just talking shit. So kind of works for us. And by the way, everybody, don't forget, like, follow, comment, share.
Oh, yes, please.
Please get the word out. Listen to the whole thing. You're driving somewhere. You're walking somewhere. Put us in your ear. Let us reach your ear hole. Digest.
Let's talk shit today.
So, and of course, you can find us wherever you're listening to your podcast. Tell your friends.
Let's go, X.
Yeah. So today, I think we're going to have some fun. So now we did talk about that. We're going to be able to talk with Corey later today. We're also going to make a visit to, hear it, Skid Row.
Woo!
All right. We'll tee that up here soon. And when we're done visiting Skid Row, I did find yet another Am I the Asshole episode.
I like it.
To be able to get into.
Is Kyle in it?
There might be a Kyle. There probably is, but we'll get to it. And then, did you know that coming out of the holidays, people actually practice something called dry January?
What?
Dry January. It means that they give their livers a break.
Why?
During the month of January. Fuck if I know.
That's like letting your car run out of oil.
Right? So, yeah, I figure we might as well get into that because you're talking about things that you saw recently, meme-worthy. Something I saw recently meme-worthy because we're right at the new year, New Year's resolutions and all that sort of stuff. So instead of getting overly cliche on the resolution, I figured just a reminder, your resolutions don't always have to be positive. There is such thing as revenge.
You know, I'm not a resolution guy.
Yeah.
I don't believe in that.
Okay.
I'm like, if that's something you want to do, just do it. Don't tell the world my resolution is
sure.
I'm going to start wearing knee-high socks versus the no-shows. You know what? Don't do that. Just.
I think that'll be my New Year's resolution. That's a great one. I'm include my kids in on that one.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm just not a resolution guy. You know, if there is such thing as a resolution, you know, I've resolved myself to making a little bit of progress every single day.
And don't forget, revenge is a dish best served cold.
This is true. I no arguments out of this white boy.
All right. So then we've got to get into some views about masculinity, the machismo factor. So I figure we can talk just a bit about that.
Hold
and then let's see here. And that's it. Then we're going to toast our way out, man.
I like it.
So
let's get started.
I think that the very first thing for us to get into is Skid Row. Now I'm remembering the song incorrectly from Little Shop of Horrors.
Okay.
But Down on Skid Row, if you remember the ladies singing that song?
I was thinking the band Skid Row from the 80s.
What was their 18 in life to go? 18 in life to go. I should not do that.
All right, that's enough.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
All right. So Skid Row, what are we talking about here? We are talking about the bottom shelf bangers. These bottles that cost you $20 to $30.
Ones you might trip over.
That you might be spending 10 to 15, depending on where you get. So I have lined up for us. You'll recognize the bottles from something we've been part of before. But I have 3 bottles.
Okay.
You don't know what's in them. I don't know what's in which bottle, but I do know what's in the bottles.
So I don't know what they are.
You don't know what they are.
I just have to blindly sample them and figure out.
We've got 2 rounds.
Okay.
So before we declare what we think, which one we like more.
Okay.
So, and this is truly blind. So I think we should have some fun with this. Now, we do have basic bitch palates, and maybe eventually we'll get tired of saying that.
Someday.
Not yet.
No.
But there are 3 bottles that don't cost more than $30.
Okay.
In here, I've got samples that we're going to go through, and the only thing on these bottles are the numbers. We'll go 1 through 3, and we're going to check the nose, and then we're going to check the flavor, and then we're going to rank them.
Right on. Let's go.
So, let me make my way into bottle number 1 here. That's bottle 2. That's bottle 1. All right, bottle 1.
Bottle 1.
I just need to see your glass, sir.
See it? Fill it?
All right.
I'll drink it.
Oop. I'm ooping because my little handshake glass here had a little rubber stopper on it. Had a rubber on it, man.
No glove, no love.
All right. Pouring the rest of mine out. Actually, before we pour, why don't we go ahead, pull a slight audible, and we'll pour out the other ones.
Okay.
So, you have 1. Actually, you know what? We'll just stick with this.
Okay.
So, here's 1.
So, number 1.
So, number 1 looks pretty. We did pour these into some Glens. So, little spicy on the nose.
Why is it spicy?
But kind of fruity also. I like it. Well, I mean, I already fucked up because I said round 1 is supposed to be about the nose. So I'm going to go ahead and pour out the other 2. And give me a glass for 2. All right. I'm quiet because I'm concentrating. And here is bottle. Actually, that was bottle 3. Here's bottle 2. So my daughter helped me play with whiskey. In that, all I asked her to do was to number them randomly. So that way, they were absolutely as random as we could make them.
Okay.
So, we've already put a nose to 1.
Yep.
Nose to 2. This one feels lighter. Not as spicy. I like the first one, though. It was fruity.
Yeah. I'm going to go back to 1 here.
Oh.
1 has a better nose.
Than 2 anyway, but wait till you get to 3. You spilling that shit?
Just 1 single drop.
That's 1 drop too many, sir. So, we already know my sinuses are jacked. But I will say, this has got kind of a licorice nose to it.
Which one are you on?
Number 3. So, number 1 to me is fruitier, a little bit spicier. Number 2, bourbon, but it's not particularly sweet. It's not particularly remarkable.
Number 2 is a little more floral.
Okay, fair. Number 3, I get kind of I guess like licorice.
I get a licoricey sort of a butterscotch.
Yeah. I think if I'm going to make a call between 1, 2, and 3, I like 1 better on the nose. That's for me. So I'm on record
I would agree
as saying 1. Now, for the palate, I like that. Now, if you want to cleanse your palate,
which I'm doing,
I actually brought some North water, some Zephyr Hills water, the only water that matters in Florida.
Syphilis Hills.
This is not from the Villages, man.
That's garbage water, man.
No. Zephyr Hills is not garbage water.
It's like salt water.
All right. This definitely drinks higher proof. There's the caramel, the oak. This is definitely more of a bourbon. They're all bourbons, but I think what I liked about number 1, it was still fruity.
I think I like floral nose versus floral flavor.
See, I didn't get floral on the palate. Like I said, I got more spice on it, and I got more of the oakiness to it. See, 3 drinks hotter too. I will say it's a little bit more tannic. The oak is definitely there. So, we've had a sip of each.
Mm-hmm.
We've nosed each. We both agree that number 1's got a better nose.
Yep.
So, where are you at from a palate perspective?
So, number 1, I think had a better overall palate.
Okay.
It seemed very balanced.
Fair.
It actually tastes kind of familiar.
Okay. Well, they all should.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that till now because they were blinds.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 was better than number 3.
Okay. I think that number 2 has more of a traditional bourbon flavor, whereas number 3, for whatever reason, tastes a little more tannic. They're all good. Like, you're not going to get this basic bitch to say no to either or to any of these.
You know, number 2 to me, and this is going to sound probably a little weird, but it almost has a soap smell. That's that floral.
Oh, man, if the audience could see the look on my face with that.
Like me with scotch?
Mm-hmm. I'm just not a real big soapy smell fan.
Number 2 definitely has a better nose than it has a taste. Sorry, I had a hard time with that one because, again, my brain was trying to catch up with my tongue.
Sure. Well, I'm going through, and I've had 2 of each. Now I'm taking my second sip of the third. That butterscotch comes through a lot more on the third. So, good call on that one.
Very much so.
Mm-hmm. I think number 1 takes it on both, but...
So, if I had to rank them, 1, 3, 2.
1, 3, 2. Okay. I can agree with that. You ready to find out what's what?
Oh, yeah.
Now, this is in an envelope. So, truly blind. We don't know what's what. And let's see here. We have number 1, number 2. So you said it was number 1.
1, 3, 2.
1, 3, 2. Very interesting. So the Green River was number 1. Number 3 was the Benchmark. Number 2 was Old Granddad 114.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
And what's interesting about that is I recently did a holy shit, Old Granddad 114 is amazing. I haven't had it before, and now I'm welcome to the show. And I got to say, they're all good, like I said. But of the 3, Green River took it.
Yeah.
Green River, Benchmark, Old Granddad 114.
Which Green River was that?
That was the bourbon.
The Green River Full Proof.
And not the Full Proof, no. So I had to keep it $30 or less. The Full Proof now is over $50.
Yeah. I was about to say, man, that was the Full Proof. That didn't taste like Full Proof.
No.
But okay, so Green River took it. Well, congrats to Green River.
Green River, Always a banger.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, and I'm not going to take anything away from OGD or from Benchmark because, you know, we've talked about it before. For the price, you really can't beat any of those. But apparently Green River can beat the other two.
Can I make an infinity glass?
Of course. It's your glass. You can do what you want. So while you're making your glass, how would you like to hear a story about Am I the Asshole?
Oh, yes, please.
All right. Am I the Asshole? And you know, this has been such a wonderful segment for me in going through.
I don't think I should have done that.
Sorry. All right. This has got to be in. Don't cut this out. The look on your face, Lumpy.
Oh, God.
You took and you mixed all of those. I've got to try this now. And it's, so I have a story.
Holy shit.
Really, really good friend of mine, somebody that I consider a brother, had shared an experience that he had when he was down in Southern Ohio and he was on a crew that was selling magazines of all things, right? They're door to door selling magazines. They had gotten a bottle or a can of soda that apparently somebody had never tried before. And when they did, they tasted it. It's like, oh, this is awful. Here, taste it. So the next person drinks it. Oh, this is awful. Here. And they pass it all the way around until it gets to my buddy. And he's like, I just watched 5 of you fuckers go through and say how awful that was. Why the hell do you think I'm going to taste it now? So, yeah. So, but the look on your face after mixing all 3 of those together basically said you put your tongue into matcha.
Oof. Fuck matcha.
I'm not a fan. So, the nose is fine. Do you want to put the other bottle in this too?
No.
So this is an infinity pour of Benchmark Full Proof, Green River Bourbon, and OGD 114.
Take a big old fucking swig. Oh, I see his face. Oh, I see his face.
So the initial taste, the initial flavor explosion that hit your tongue wasn't pleasant. It mellows out as it strengthens, but it's still, the tip of your tongue is going to keep feeling that, and you have to finish that.
Only thing I have to do is die and pay taxes.
Well, you only have to die, really.
This is true, too.
So you can avoid paying taxes. All right. So that was a fantastic little sidebar there.
Thank you.
And hopefully it's better in the Grail because he just poured it in his Grail. Oh, you want me to try in the Grail too?
It's much better in the Grail.
Already.
Fucking witchcraft, man.
So, Adam, we've got to get you on.
Adam.
You better be listening.
Adam.
So, well, and your partner. We've got to get you both on. Which, you know, we're going to be in Statesboro next season.
Yes, we will.
So we will be taking a tour.
We're coming.
Of the Whiskey Grail.
We are coming. In a non-sexual way, of course.
You had to throw that in there, huh?
I did. You can't take me anywhere, man.
Balls deep. Wait, what?
See?
All right.
See?
Mm-mm.
Still not that good? I think it's better in the Grail.
So I'll give it to you. It's better in the Grail, but no. All right. So I think you know my opinion on Maker's Mark.
Oh, yeah.
I am not a fan.
I've heard some amazing things about different makers. There's that one that's aged in the limestone in the basement.
This is a cellar aged story.
Oh, we are talking about that. Okay.
We are. I'm just not a fan, personally. I haven't found a Maker's that I liked. Now, I've drank it a couple different times when it was the best bourbon that was available, if that tells you anything about what was available. All right, but first, so this is the Maker's Mark Cellar Aged edition of Am I the Asshole? This one's about a woman who gets a seriously special bourbon as a gift from her job. Her team finishes a huge project, and as a thank you, her boss gives her a bottle of Maker's Mark Cellar Aged. If you don't know that one, it's one of their limited annual releases. Older makers that finished in their limestone cellar, as Lumpy just said. It runs in the ballpark of about $150 a bottle. It's not a grab at Walmart next weekend kind of thing. Once that year's release is gone, it's pretty much gone. The label has little notes about the project, the one that their team finished.
Okay.
And everybody at work knew that this was big, a one-time treat for her. She's not a heavy drinker, so she decides that she wants to save it for the right moment. Think special occasion, slow pour, maybe sharing a glass with her boyfriend when they can actually sit and enjoy it. A few weeks go by. One night, she finally thinks, okay, tonight's the night. I'm going to crack that Cellar aged. She goes to the cabinet, grabs the bottle, and it's empty.
Ooh.
Not low, not
Ooh.
half, completely drained. She confronts her boyfriend, and he admits that he's been pouring it. His logic is, we live together. We share groceries and drinks. It was in the house, so it's for both of us. If you wanted some, you should have had some sooner. He doesn't really seem to get why she's upset. She confronts her boyfriend. From her side, this isn't just any bottle. This is a limited release, $150 bottle of Maker's Mark, Cellar aged, that was gifted specifically to her, tied to a huge win at work. She never got a proper pour of it. She feels like he treated her gift like a random handle of bottom shelf. He says that she's overreacting and acting like he stole from her when, in his mind, it's just bourbon in a shared home. They can buy more bourbon at any time. She's like, no, we cannot. We cannot just go replace this bottle on the next grocery store run. And we know limited releases are just that.
Oh, yeah.
So, is she the asshole for getting upset with her boyfriend for finishing an entire bottle that she got from work, special limited release? Or is he right that, you know what? It's fine. Just get another one.
Is his name Kyle?
I'm going to say his name is Kyle.
Kyle is an asshole.
Kyle is an asshole. Yep.
Yep.
He gets to wear that asshole hat proudly.
Yeah.
So, first off, now mind you, my wife doesn't like bourbon anyway. However, if she did, she has the wherewithal to understand that if there's something special, it's special. We get to share it if she gets to have it. And by the way, I'll share it with my wife. I'm good with that.
Oh, yeah.
But at the same token, you wait until it gets opened by the person whose gift it was.
Indeed.
It was not his gift.
Well, he knew it was a gift. He knew all the above, like she got it as, what do you call it?
Well, it was because their project was finished.
Right. So he knew she got it as a gift, regardless of where it came from. Yep. And he took it upon himself to just go ahead and pop that bitch and drank it all, first of all. Mm-hmm. He drank it all. Okay, I can see, I would say he wouldn't be the asshole if he just popped it and had a pour, maybe two. But still, he's still an asshole, but I'm not as much of an asshole.
I don't think this would have made the interwebs if he just had a pour.
Yeah.
Is he an asshole for opening up a bottle that was a special present to somebody else?
Yes.
I think so.
Yes.
So what's interesting about these Am I the Assholes is we always side with the poster, the person who's telling the story. But I don't think that there's anything really off on this one. Kyle needed to not fuck around. He should have fucked around and found out. She should make him find out some way, shape, or form, because that's a rare gift. Ish. And he shouldn't have taken it.
Yeah, that was an asshole move.
Absolutely.
Hands down. All around.
Well, I think, yet again, we align on who the asshole is. We've aligned on the best bourbon in Skid Row, which, were you surprised?
Not terribly.
Green River over Benchmark? OGD coming in last surprised me.
I would say I'm not surprised with the OGD. I would say I am surprised with the Green River trumping the Benchmark.
And the Benchmark Full Proof. Not the Benchmark Single Barrel, not the 8-year, not the others.
Correct.
Yep, it's the best Benchmark that they've got.
And let me rephrase that. We really like the Benchmark.
Yep.
I'll definitely have to go out and get myself a bottle of that Green River bourbon, man, because, I've had that before.
Yep.
And I always seem to gravitate to the Benchmark Full Proof.
The proof.
Huh?
The proof.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's
higher
definitely
proof.
the proof, and it always it's always a good drinker. So
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And you wouldn't feel bad if you decided to mix it. So,
I don't
and
ever mix my bourbon.
you know what? But I've started mixing mine in my clear ice that I got a little kit for that for Christmas.
Oh,
So,
I didn't know that.
yep. You have one. Now I have one too.
Oh hell, Merry Christmas to you.
So, yeah, Christmas was fun. Well, so we're past Christmas. We're moving on to New Year's. We're not talking about resolutions. We're talking about this bullshit. I mean, this thing that actually has history to it called Dry January.
What the hell's that?
You know, in Dry January, people feel like they have partied so much between Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's that they have to give their livers a rest.
Was it a detox?
They stop drinking alcohol through the entire month of January.
Why?
That's 31 days.
Well, whatever.
I figure we're adults for a reason, which allows us to drink alcohol for a reason, because it's not easy being an adult sometimes.
Yeah, adulting is hard.
And you know what? We get the opportunity to change our reality from time to time in subtle, small ways, and bourbon helps. But let's talk about this. So we're not fans of necessarily being dry, but we did talk about in our Am I the Asshole segment last time, someone who was an alcoholic who bought a bottle for somebody and his family thought he was an asshole for buying a bottle because he would relapse. And he's like, I'm not an asshole. I'm not going to relapse. I'm 3 years sober. Everything's fine. So I have a lot of respect for folks that actually want to spend the time not drinking.
Sure.
Perfectly fine for them.
Sure.
You
You're an adult.
Live your life how you want to live your life. So Dry January does actually have a history. It was first identified in 2013 in the UK with some alcohol change. The idea of not drinking in January existed informally, but branding it as Dry January offered tools, including apps, email support, and other kinds of groups that came together and became a global movement starting in and around 2013. Around 4,000 people took place in the very first iteration of this.
That's a lot.
And now more than 200,000 people worldwide are part of the Alcohol Change UK Dry January. And they use the tools to help hold themselves accountable to abstaining from alcohol throughout the entire month of January.
Those crazy limey bastards. See what you did? See what you did?
So, well, especially if you're talking about the limey bastards, not to stereotype, but you're talking Irish at that point. And who doesn't know an Irish that doesn't like whiskey?
Well, you said UK, which encapsulates that.
Yes. So, well, when you say limey,
yeah,
I tend to think a little more of the Blarney Stone. Maybe that's not the right level to go down.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I not say limey bastards?
So it created structured support groups and accountability measures through apps and emails in order to be able to stay alcohol free for the entire month. Many did report better sleep, improved mood, more energy, some weight loss, and improved blood pressure, and liver related markers, especially when they were heavier drinkers before going into their Dry January.
Okay.
I tend to think that with the bourbon daily, that helps to improve your mood and your sleep. And so I'm not a scientist, though. I'm just, scientifically interested in the topic. A good number drank less overall for the months afterwards, though not everybody sustained the challenge. And for everyone, there is something called a damp January or a dry-ish January, in which you just reduce the amount that you're drinking throughout the month. Now, I don't want to sit here and purport that I am absolutely mandated to be able to drink every single night, because I don't. If I've had too much in one particular night, I certainly take the next night off.
Yeah.
There's no reason to keep doing that to my head, to my body. Like,
no hair of the dog for you?
I've done it. It does help. There's no doubt. Hair of the dog works. I'm here to say firsthand. However, it's not my go-to. Like,
yeah, I get it.
Tylenol and a big old vat of water. So, but I mean, yeah, dry January, it's really a thing. People look forward to it. I don't know.
No, I don't look forward to it because I'm not going to be dry.
I just figure if you are doing it to do it, good for you.
Rock on. Rock on.
You know what? I'll make you a pin. Go for it.
I'll just tell you, rock on. You make the pins, I'll tell you to rock on.
There you go. But if you feel like you have to, only do it if you want to.
Indeed.
And if you want to and you do it, rock on with your bad self. As you might say, rock out with your cock out.
Indeed.
So, dry January for you?
Nope.
Damp January?
Nope.
Nope. Same old, same old?
Just keep on. Put the cruise control on, man.
Adulting is hard.
That's right. They say alcohol doesn't fix issues, but neither does Pepsi or milk, folks. Or milk with Pepsi in it.
Ew.
That's an old 50s thing, man.
I heard of Coke with milk in it, but still, no.
Yeah.
No. I'm it could be like the greatest thing ever. I'm not attracted to the idea.
It's not the greatest thing for me.
All right. So I think we're getting close to wrapping things up, sir. And what would be our conversation if we didn't spend some time talking about some aspect of, well, being men?
Well, I think we should definitely reach into the men's health coffer.
Sure.
And maybe talk about, let's talk about macho.
Yeah. Well, and, one of our coming guests here, he is on a podcast where they kind of center around men's mental health.
Oh, yeah.
As well as bourbon. So we're kind of cousins in a way. So yeah, machismo, the macho, the stereotypical, the prototypical, if you will, man. I can imagine growing up in the 80s that there is a vision of what men should be. And they are tough. They don't back down from anything. They're muscle bound. They are hard jawed. They are like, there's a look, there is a machismo, there is a charisma, there is a sex appeal.
All right, Biff.
Biff. I was thinking more like Arnold and Stallone. And, if I think about like the action stars of the time, Van Damme and like these kind of people, they didn't look like me. They looked like I thought I wanted to look like, the way that men should be, pecs that were at least size C's.
Yeah, hey baby, let me show you my dad-do.
So they had a certain look. They had, everybody had abs, right?
Oh yeah.
Like in the 2000s, like the guys, they slimmed down a lot, but they always had abs. So whereas if you think about Arnold, especially if you go back to his Complete Fitness, the whole documentary of him being Mr. Universe, that dude could do anything. And then he became Conan. He became the Predator's biggest rival. He became so many things.
Get to the chopper.
Yeah. He's, that prototypical man.
Oh, yeah.
At least growing up. And you find out as he's moved himself past that, he carries on a lot of that masculinity, but does not carry on the toxic part of that. Now, the whole idea of toxic masculinity is kind of controversial.
Well,
because it implies that being a masculine man can be bad. So what do you think about that?
Well, I got a dad bod. So, I don't know. I mean,
I think you can have a dad bod and still be masculine.
You'd have to ask my wife that.
So when I think about masculinity, I think about that stoic toughness, that resolve that nothing can penetrate you. Nothing can shake you.
So is that a physical or mental thing? Or both?
Both.
Okay.
You think about it, and I wish I could think of the guy's name now. He is a martial arts teacher, mainly of kids. He happens to be black. And he mostly has young boys in his class. And there's a few segments that I've seen on social media where he really focuses on what fathers mean to the child.
Okay.
And there's one in particular in which the father is doing push-ups with the kid, who the kid was cutting up in class, was feeling defeated. So instead of dealing with his defeat, decided to give up, decided to cry, decided to act out a little bit. And so he asked his father to come out on the mat and do push-ups.
Okay.
But not just push-ups, put his son on his dad's back and encouraged him to do push-ups and more push-ups. 10 push-ups in, he's still doing it. 20 push-ups in, he starts struggling. 25 push-ups in, it looks like it's impossible. 30 push-ups in, it looks like it's completely impossible. 35 push-ups in, he's still pushing with his son. And not once is the instructor talking to the dad. He's only talking to the son. He's telling him how tough his dad seems to be right now, no matter how much he's struggling. He's still pushing. He's still trying to persevere because he's trying to do it for his son.
I like that.
That, to me,
that's a great story.
It's a great story, but it also is that kind of, it's like a mix between modern and classic masculinity.
Okay, I can see that.
So what do you think has changed for us as we think about, I mean, you're in your 50s. I'm not far from there. Masculinity to me now is different, especially as a father, than when I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
And especially then when I was a kid. My vision of masculinity was very different when I was a kid.
So that's an interesting topic because, you know, it has to do with a mindset.
Mm-hmm.
You know, are you a tough guy?
Mm-hmm.
Were you a tough guy? And I was never a tough guy. And I mean, I've had moments in my life for years that I was well fit, but I was never a tough guy. And I never flaunted that to be like, look at my abs, look at these abs, I'll whoop your ass.
So you know that part in Step Brothers, where he lifts up his shirt. He's like, "Do you see these abs?" He's like, "Yeah,
yeah.
You want to touch these, don't you?" He's like, "Yeah, no, you can't."
Oh, that was a funny scene. I don't know. I mean, it's about perspective. You know, how do you view yourself? How do you view the world around you? Like I said, are you a tough guy? Are you the one that used your masculinity as a tool to intimidate?
Sure.
Influence? I never worked on it. Like I didn't work out to have a chiseled shape, but it was just my job.
Sure.
That got me there.
Sure.
And I don't know. I was never like a machismo sort of dude. I don't know. That's a tough one for me. I mean,
so yeah, if you think about that machismo ideal, supposed ideal, then you think about like the alpha male, right? Like the guy who can go into a room and he commands the attention of everybody, man and woman.
Yeah.
Right? Because men want to be him, women want to be with him, right? Like that was the classic ideal. So, and he was stoic, right?
Sure.
He was unflappable. He was charismatic. He was learned, right?
Okay.
He had the ability to carry on a conversation no matter what the topic was. What is the Modelo? Is it the Modelo commercial where the most interesting man in the world?
Yeah.
You know, the guy who can carry on a conversation about anything with anybody, no matter what. So I don't know. I think that there's a lot of interesting ideals about what masculinity is, what machismo is, and I think it's very different today. I think it
has surely changed.
Yeah, and I think it in some kind of, I want to say the best word that comes to mind is confusing ways. Because I think it's okay for some guys to be confused as to what's expected of them now versus what might have been expected of them, say, 20 years ago.
Yeah, but here's the funny thing that just popped in my head.
Mm-hmm.
At our age, that's our point of view.
Oh, sure.
We're not in the heads of the 20-year-olds or the 30-year-olds.
But the 20-year-olds today are very different than our 20-year-olds.
You're not getting an argument out of me.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much difference between their awareness of what people are going to term today as woke and what was considered progressive maybe 20 years ago.
Okay. I see that.
So
I see you.
I think that, you know, I grew up in an era in which we were still making jokes about people's disabilities and people's sexual preferences. So I think that
okay, Archie Bunker.
well, not quite Archie, but have you seen the actor actually go on about how flawed Archie was?
Oh yeah.
And how like tragic that really was. Like he wasn't a happy bigot.
Oh yeah, he was not happy.
Yeah. So I think that's really interesting. I think what's interesting too is that we have lived through a whole amount of bigotry and some racism that we had as kids, but we've learned over time wasn't appropriate.
Right.
It's different today.
You know,
and the kid, let me just say this real quick. The kids today, the 20-somethings, are experiencing an entirely different worldview than what we came up with.
Oh, for sure.
And so their considerations about the world, the role of men and women, the comfort that they have with other people's thoughts, the way they want to live their lives are very different than the perceptions that we had when we were growing up, when we were young and naive and only had the thoughts that were impressed on us versus the ones we were able to make on our own.
So the interesting thing is I grew up in the 70s. Yes, I just gave away my age statement.
Well, I already called you in the 50s, so there you go.
Right, whatever.
Old fuck.
I represent that, Mark. It's funny because there were shows back in the day like, you know, All in the Family. And there were shows, The Jeffersons.
Waltons.
Which stemmed from that. And then The Waltons, which was the polar opposite of that. So those shows were very racially charged.
Yes, they were.
And
well, so go on with that, but I have to talk to you about a Waltons episode I remember.
If anybody who listens to this show or is listening to this episode at least, remember those shows. They were deep, man. They were deep. I mean,
well, even shows like, what was it, Adam 21 or whatnot, like the cop show, those were super fucking deep as well.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the racial innuendos, the racial, I was going to use the word profiling, but not profiling, but pretty much talking about just stuff that is considered politically incorrect today.
Sure.
And I'm not saying it was right then, and I'm not saying what we're doing is right now, but it opened up doors. It's like when you and I bust each other's balls.
Sure.
You know what I mean? There's a certain level of humor that we find comfort in, and we're comfortable doing it.
Yep.
And at least from my standpoint, when I make fun with you, I know it's in jest, and I know that it's strictly in jest. It's because it's a love thing.
Well, and to add, dark humor is funny.
Oh yeah.
So while I won't necessarily share it every audience that I'm with,
and you shouldn't,
dark humor has a place.
It does.
And I am a person who will always believe that politically incorrect humor is appropriate for the fact of it just being language and humor, recognizing that certain people will be offended by what you say.
Here's my take on it. If I make fun of you, and
are you about to hurt my feelings?
I hope so. No, I'm only kidding. No, right. But if I make fun of you, doesn't matter your gender, your color, I want you to come back.
Yes.
I want you to come back with equal. It's like Newton's law of relativity. Every action has an equal and opposite
reaction. Yep.
I don't want to make fun of you and have you punch me in the face. Sure. I want to make fun of you and have you come back with something just as funny.
Yep.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yep.
I want you to mess with me, like hypothetically speaking. Here's if I make fun of a Mexican guy for tacos, which I don't know where that came from.
And I have an entire meme line for you on that where
I'm sure you do.
A Mexican guy and a black guy making fun of each other racially. So yeah.
I want you to come back with white people with no spices or no seasoning.
Yes.
Because that's what I'm expecting. I want you to bust my balls.
Miracle Whip.
That is so white. That is so white. Like, that is like synonymous with white folks.
Oh, goodness.
That
yes.
and gelatin from episode 10. So, but you know what I'm saying? So I mean, I don't do that because I know in the world, you just can't say stuff like that. But it's like, come on, guys, have fun with each other.
No, there is such a thing as politically incorrect. But you know what? Being politically incorrect is not. I think the world is finally coming around to the idea that it is not as poisonous as it was considered over the last 10 years.
No.
The last decade has been a real interesting ride for people who don't have a problem with language.
Okay.
Because there are people that have taken, I want to be careful here because we're not political.
No.
But there has been a movement of people who have taken a job at being offended. And you and I are both of the Generation X. You, the elder, me, the junior, but of the same generation.
Sure.
And we are of a generation that first and foremost, fuck your feelings. You own your own feelings.
Oh, hell yeah.
So because you own your own feelings, if you're going to be offended by something, that's on you, not on me.
Well said.
Whereas today, there are people who will say, absolutely, you offended me. That's on you, not on me. You should be aware of my feelings.
Fuck your feelings.
So, and that's a generational gap, especially between Alpha, probably Millennial as well.
Yeah.
And Gen X, which is fine. I think that's okay. Because I think that history will end up saying that you own how you feel about things.
For sure.
I personally, generationally or otherwise, believe strongly that if you are going to be offended by something, that's on you. And I think that because it's the amount of control you allow somebody else to have over you.
Agreed.
So I prefer, and I'm not always good at this, I prefer to have control over myself. I prefer to have control over how I react and especially how I respond to things. And if I'm going to be offended by something, then I'm going to be offended because I chose to be, not because I allowed myself to be, if you can catch the difference.
You know, I'm going to say something that's probably going to upset some people. But you know what? Being Gen X, we were the kids that...
Staying ain't so.
Being Gen X, we were the kids that, you know, the parenting side of things from our parents, the whole thing, you know, in the summer, at least in the summertime, no school. The sun came up, you booked out the door, gone. Back when the streetlights came on.
Streetlights,
that was
your time to be back with your home.
Right. There was no parenting for the most part.
And that's if you had a parent that was home at night.
Again, no parenting.
Because, so 2 things quickly. I have a friend of mine that remembers entire summers that we spent not even seeing our parents.
Well, I used to do that.
And then I remember plenty being out literally for 12 to 14 hours.
Every day.
And that was from 8 o'clock in the morning.
So yeah, sun up to sundown.
Not allowed to be home until streetlights were on. That's when you're expected to be home. And then even then, mom might not even be home.
No, okay.
Because mom had to work 2 jobs. So on those nights that mom was at second job, I was finding myself a TV dinner after I found whatever to eat throughout the day. If it happened to be out, it was out.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So the point I was getting at is that what you just said, what I just said, it came to the point we learned to have alligator skin. We learned don't take that shit personally.
Sure.
You know, you gotta be a tough guy.
Sure.
Hence, there's where our machismo came in.
Sure.
Doesn't mean you flaunted it. It's just, it's what built you. It made you a man. And some girls,
Oh, sure.
some girls were super tough back then. And
But
I'm sure there's some now, but.
Well, whether it made you a man or not, it made you not, can I just say this, a pussy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, listen, first off, hats off to women. But being a pussy doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. It just means being oversensitive.
Oh, yeah.
So if you are easily offendable, your skin's not thick enough because you're choosing to let people bother you.
Yeah,
when
absolutely.
Those people shouldn't have any control over you.
No, not at all.
And if you allow people to have that kind of control over you, that's really on you.
Yeah.
And so I have empathy for the way you feel, but I don't have sympathy for the way you chose to feel.
So what I was trying to get at is that as more parents became involved in their children's lives, which is not a bad thing, not a bad thing, that's important, and a little more parenting and guiding, I don't know where we lost that Gen X rabid child, which most Gen Xers, if you're out there listening, you know who you are. And you know how you've been. And
listen, that used to be called latchkey kids.
Okay. Yeah.
And so we latchkey kids said we didn't want the same for our kids.
Yeah.
So it was our fault.
Yeah.
That we changed the independence that was forced on kids.
Okay.
Because quite honestly, that was forced.
It was.
So it was something that, I mean, I had a key to my house that I had to deal with getting into since I was, 10?
Do you have a key around your neck on a shoestring or something like that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, me too.
So there was no such thing as a Allender. There was an extra shoestring. You called it right.
Yeah. So the kids of today have been beguiled.
Sure.
Of what we were raised with. So anyway, that's my take on how I was raised, or let me rephrase that, how I raised myself to a degree.
Sure.
So,
well, and I got to say that my idea of the machismo certainly adjusted over time.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I think it adjusted because the way I viewed myself as being a positive male figure in the lives of others.
Okay.
And I think that for my kids, of course, because as fathers, we have the opportunity to show our daughters, especially our daughters, how to be treated by men and what to expect from men.
Oh, for sure. I totally have done that with mine.
Yep. So I think there's that. But then also for the other people in our lives that maybe didn't have fathers, didn't have positive male role models to look up to. And I do I think about this. I don't struggle with it, but I do think about this because if you look at an example, there's a meme I saw recently about, have you seen the movie 300?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
Several times.
So when I walked out of the theater, having watched 300, I said, this is a movie that makes you want to kill people. And I don't think I'm wrong on that. Like that really hits you at a guttural level. But there are some certain scenes in that movie, and there are memes that have come out of it that say a good woman in your life reminds you of what you're supposed to be as a man.
Oh, I see that.
And if you think about Leonidas's wife in that, she says a couple of key things. One, only Spartan women can make Spartan men, right? When she's talking to the person from Persia.
I'd like to help her make a Spartan man.
That eventually gets kicked into the hole.
Oh, yeah.
So, this is Sparta, right?
I love the beard, by the way.
So, oh yeah, that Leonidas beard is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
So, but then you think about Leonidas and his masculinity. So there's a couple different things that go on there. Leonidas is a man's man, 100%.
Oh, for sure.
Gerard Butler made himself look like a fucking Greek god for that movie.
That and CG, by the way.
Well, okay. So they went through an entire physical regimen for that movie.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
But the way in which he cast his character, Leonidas was not just the strong man, because you remember there are moments in which he's teaching his son what it means to serve.
Oh, yeah. That was a great scene.
Right? And then, so we're not just talking about that. We're talking about also what it means. Service also means how you serve your family, how you serve the women in your life, how you serve the people around you, and those sorts of things. And that lends to masculinity as well. It's not just about how well you can kill somebody.
For sure.
It's also about how well you can lift somebody else up.
Oh, yeah. That's an amazing movie. If you look deeper into it based on what you just told us.
Yeah.
I agree. I knew that, and I'm glad you were so kind enough to remind me of that.
Well, Lumpy, here we are with Corey Allender. Corey, how are you doing today?
What's up, fellas? How are you?
Fantastic. And you are with your own podcast, the Cracked Skull podcast, correct?
Yes, sir.
And do I understand correctly? It is mental health one glass at a time?
That's our tagline. I came up with that about 7 months ago, and I texted my co-host jokingly, and he said, "Dude, let's run with that." So that's what we've been using. We used to use whiskey, laughter, bullshit used to be our tagline, but now it's mental health one glass at a time. So
yeah, I had to dig into your archives, so I dug into that. I have to say, well, sorry, I love that. Well, that's what we keep apologizing to people when they decide to listen to an entire episode. So,
right,
we get it. But you put a lot of video production, a lot of animation, and those sorts of things into your promo, your intros, and all that sort of stuff. Who's kind of the brain behind that?
Me.
That's all you, huh?
Yeah, I actually I was on so the way this all started is I was on a friend's podcast, and it was very, very bare bones, very kind of like what you guys do, where it's just audio based, and I loved it. And when I went on, I took a camera with me, and we hooked it up, and we sat on the guy's back porch, and we drank, and we told stories and stuff, and it was a good time. And I caught the bug, I felt, I can really add on to this. It's something I really wanted to do. And so when I got back, I started researching it and seeing what all it was going to take, and built a bar by hand, which I don't. If anybody knows me personally, they know I don't like working with wood. So built a wood bar by hand, and it started between me and my cousin, and we did about 5 episodes and decided we needed a third person, which we brought Tony in. And Tony's been with me ever since. Unfortunately or fortunately, however you look at it, if I ever told you guys the story, which I've never told anybody the story of why we got rid of our co-host, my cousin. It worked out beneficial for us. It really changed the dynamic, because it really was more just a whiskey forward podcast. Since we did that, me and Tony kind of just we pivoted, and then we was like, let's do this. We're both blue collar guys. He's a plumber, I'm a forklift driver. And let's go into that. Let's go down that route. Let's see what we can do with that. And we still do all the same shit we've always done. We always talk music. We still drink whiskey. We still talk about whiskey. I mean, that's the common bond that me and Tony have always had, is we like whiskey. We like bourbon. We like scotch. He's trying to get me into more scotch. I'm not really a big scotch guy, but he's trying to get me into more scotches and stuff like that. But
and a wee bit of the squared circle, right?
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's been fun. I mean, and then we brought Alan came on about this time last year, and so it was just me and Tony for about 7 months. It was like, we need a third, dude. We need somebody else to bounce more ideas off of and have. Tony doesn't do social media, so it was just all me doing everything. So we brought Alan in. Alan does most of the stuff you see on TikTok now, as far as us being tagged in it. It's usually Alan doing that stuff. Nice. But the videos and stuff that are posted actually on our TikTok account, that's me. I do all the editing. I do all the, it's all set up at my house. Those guys travel almost 2 hours to come record every other week with me. We haven't recorded in about a month because I had my work schedule has been really crazy towards the end of the year. So, but they're coming back up. as we're recording this today, they'll be up Saturday to record with me, so we'll get back at it. It'll be fun again. But yeah, that's how it all really started. I mean, it's just a travel. Just travel down the road, and we bounce ideas off each other, and we're like, hey, well, let's do this, and let's talk about this. Like the last episode, we talked about Sonic Temple. It's a big, huge rock festival here in Columbus, and we did an episode about that, and it seemed to kind of take off a little bit. I got a couple of more followers just based on that one, so it's been kind of nice. We don't stick to one kind of topic at all times. If the boys are having a rough day, we'll either pick on each other or try to dig out what's going on and try to deal with it. So
X and I definitely like to mess with each other. That's for sure.
Well, yeah. What was it you shared the other day? It's like the truest friendship that a man will have is the ones where they fuck with each other the most.
All the time. Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. So let me do my apologies.
Okay.
The funny thing is I'm not much of a podcast guy. I don't have time at work to listen. My drive home is actually probably the most optimal time to listen to a podcast because I have usually an hour drive home. But I usually drive home in silence.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
Like, my days they're my days.
Hectic.
And that's just like my decompression time from the office back to the house. So
right.
But
I used to drive. I live in Sydney, Ohio, and I used to drive to. If you guys ever look a map up or anything like that, I used to drive to East Liberty, Ohio, which is about an hour and a half one way to go to work. Nice. And so that, through deer country. The deer up here are just monsters anyway. So and they don't have car insurance. If they run out in front of you and tear your car up, they don't have insurance to cover you. So
well, you'd appreciate the drive I used to have to make every couple months, which was from Green Springs, Ohio to Zaleski Forest.
Oh yeah,
and back. That was a 2-way trip in one shot. So
yeah, that's not fun.
So, no, but the 270 Autobahn's always fun. So
yeah, the Autobahn.
So why I was apologizing is that I actually sort of binge listened to 2.5 episodes. Your first 2.5 episodes today. I know. So I went to the genesis of your journey. I saw the bar.
Yeah, that's the same one we got. The same one we have right now. When we brought the studio, Tony was like, "We need to move out." That was the front room of my house. We got a 12-by-16 shed we put out in the backyard and just kitted it out. And my wife, it was about this time last year, she was like, I really want to put the Christmas tree up. I was right around Christmas time. I put the Christmas tree up, and I was like, well, guess that means the bar is going out. And we tore the bar apart. I tore the bar apart one weekend. And it was kind of nice because unknowing to myself, I built modulation into it. And so it just came apart in 4 pieces, and we hauled it out in the studio. Nice. So, yeah.
Good planning on your part, huh?
It's great when it works out like that.
Yeah, I totally meant to do
that. There you go.
Funny how things work out.
Yeah, it's like when we stumble on being serious about something.
Yeah, right. We were really fucking serious about that.
Yeah.
Well,
Right. Hey, I want to let you guys know I feel out of place. I don't have a cool nickname. I just go by my name.
Oh. So the funny thing about that is, of course, everything's got a story. Lumpy's been Lumpy for a long fucking time.
I've been Lumpy forever.
So
is that part of your name? Is that a part of your last name or anything? Or
it's a derivative of my last name.
Okay.
So yeah. So and I didn't even know that until we sat down. Like we've been friends, gosh, for at least 4 or 5 years before that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So through dance, and then we sat down and we're talking this podcast, and I had been working on this with somebody else to begin with, but it just didn't pan out. Mm-hmm. So when we sat down to do this, we're going through AI, and I love working with AI. I do it all the time, almost every single day. So we were coming up with something, and we wanted to hit like that Generation X factor. We want to do that, and AI spat out General X in an output. And we're like, you know what? I think we're going to go with that.
Yep.
And it didn't flow. Like it felt weird at the beginning. General X. Mm-hmm. And so it was when I took to Twitter, or not Twitter, TikTok. Mm-hmm. And because I changed it from my personal TikTok account to the General X account, and then I turned the X to a red X. So people saw that, then they just said General. So just depends on where I'm at. I'm either General on TikTok or X here.
Right.
And it was just riffing off of a stupid mistake that AI made. So, and we weren't sure in the beginning if we wanted people to know us personally,
Right.
or if it was, because who knew what we were going to get to. But we decided long ago that nothing's really personal except for when we really dive into like the health issues, and then just have as much fun as we can.
Yeah.
So
our podcast, the genesis or origin of ours, started out pretty much similar to yours. I mean, we used to hang out on my back porch, and he'd bring a bottle over and a couple of sticks, and he's like, dude, we just need to put a microphone in front of us and do this.
Yeah.
Because we would sit there for hours and just talk shit.
Well,
so
that's all we do here. That's exactly what we do here. So,
well, and it was an easy leap, right? I think that as long as you can get out of your own way and just do it.
Yeah.
I can't think of how many times we had conversations. Well, what about this or what about that? And I don't know. One of us finally got to a point where like, you know what? Fuck it. If it's trash, we delete it. If
go on.
people listen to it, great. And then we just keep going. And we just passed, I want to say 205 plays over the 10 episodes that we published so far.
Hell yeah. So, congratulations, guys.
We're doing it for the hell of it, just because we're having fun. We always
exactly how we do it. If we have 6 people to watch the episode, then that's 6 people we reach. If we didn't have, if it's a stinker and it's been up for a week and no one watched it, then I yell at 2 other guys because at least we should have at least 3 views because I at least watched it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and then so you didn't pick an easy channel to be in either, because it's not like YouTube's not saturated, right? Like,
it's not true crime. We didn't do true crime or ladies' home health or anything like that. I mean, it's pretty much a variety show. I mean, whatever comes out of our mouth, what comes out of our mouth. I mean, Alan's the pinnacle for that. I mean, when he joined, he was just like, I have hot take after hot take after hot take. I'm like, just let it go.
Yeah.
I'm to the point now where it's like I've been holding back because the one person I look up to is my dad, and my dad's still around. I never want to disappoint my dad. Not that he listens to the show or anything like that, but I just want to get back to him. Like,
he's not the fourth person,
right? So the guy's podcast I used to be on, he had no family, so he was just no filter. Whatever he said came out, and that's why I loved being on his show and stuff like that. It was always fun. And that's why I have Alan, because Alan doesn't give a fuck. He just whatever comes to his mouth, he says, and we go off of that. So
yeah, our profanity level increases as the pores get deeper.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, so I wanted to talk about that because you and I had the opportunity briefly to be on a live. I think we caught each other at the end of a live.
Yeah.
And I saw on your TikTok handle podcast, and I was like, hey, I just started one of those.
Yeah.
And you binge listened to the 3 or 4 episodes that we had going at the time?
Yeah, at the time, yeah.
So, and then I went to bed. I woke up to a string of consciousness, these text messages that came through, and you're like, hey, what about this? Hey, you should be doing that. Hey, you should be doing that.
Yeah.
And I just got to say thanks because you helped give us some push and some drive and some cool inspiration. And it was just a total random encounter. So
yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I like I said, I'm still trying to figure it out. I mean, we've been doing this coming up the end of April will be 3 years we've been doing this podcast. I'm still trying to figure shit out. Like I got a bunch of new equipment I put in here the guys don't even know about yet. I mean, it's we're going to from the you guys have headsets, headphones and stuff. We went to an in-ear monitor system. So I just set that up this week. So
that makes sense being you're doing video. Nobody wants to see headphones. So
I mean, we've done. I mean, you've seen our videos. We did headphones for a long time, so it's just a matter of being able to get up and move around and do other things, with not having a 10-foot cord of these headphones hooked to anything. So it's just going to simplify life. I mean, if we got to step outside to go to the bathroom or something, I don't have to fucking take my headphones off and go outside. I can just pop my earbuds out and then walk outside and come back in. It's always hooked to me. So
nice.
Well, the general just wears diapers, so he doesn't have to get up. Just kidding.
No, that would be the fancy me. No, there's just a hole right over here, just kind of tilt. So
yeah.
So what we do a segment on each one of our shows, which you've heard of. What's in your glass?
Tonight I am drinking. This is from Brain Brew Distilling here in Ohio, and it's called the Dexter.
Okay.
This is a 106 proof 3-wood bourbon. So what they've done is they've taken 3 different woods to make their barrels up, and one of them is obviously oak is one of them, maple's one, and then they have a cherry wood that's in there. One of those woods, I want to guess it's the cherry wood because this is technically a cherry bomb, is a 200-year-old oak or a 200-year-old cherry wood that they put into these casks. So it's really good. We saw these guys. We went to there's a gentleman I follow on Instagram, and he told me about this because you need to get a bottle of this. So I went and got a bottle. And then we have here in Ohio, we have what's called the Ohio Distillers Guild. It's a big, huge festival where 20 or 30 distilleries show up that's just based here in Ohio. And they just have free tastings and stuff like that. They were there, and we got to talk to them for a while. That was kind of nice. But they also do like a single malt, and I just picked up 2 nights ago. They have a rye, and I'm a big rye guy. I like rye whiskey. So their rye was really, really good.
So being into bourbon has only really been maybe a 3-year journey now. The juice that I've gotten out of Ohio has been amazing. And as much as I hate to say it, I got to give Michigan props too, because the juice coming out of Michigan is really great. So
right.
I imagine, I wish that when I lived in Ohio that I was aware of all of this. Of course, I had no money, so I couldn't have afforded bourbon then. But this whole environment that there is there's an entire distillery tour that people go on in Ohio.
Yeah.
And because the state's so small, it's pretty easy to make your way all the way across within a weekend. And you've been to all the great places.
Yeah. So there's where I'm located at, I'm just 30 minutes north of Dayton. And within 20 minutes of me here in Sydney, there's 3 distilleries. So
nice.
In our very early days, we did a barnstorming tour of 3 distilleries, and one day I made one video out of it. So.
Oh, wow. Okay. So we have a unique bottle, and I say it's unique because we've never had it. We're going to give it a try tonight. It is called Dancing Pandas. It's a 10-year.
Okay.
I know. This was given to me by an acquaintance as a gift. So I have very little information on this other than that it's aged 10 years. It comes out of Heaven Hill Distillery. So if you know anything about Heaven Hill.
Yeah.
And seriously, there's nothing really to be found on this thing.
No tasting notes or anything?
No.
Yeah.
I spent like 2 hours trying to research it, and it talks about a 5-year, an 8-year, or maybe it's a 6-year, a 6-year, an 8-year, and a 10-year. Now we've actually had the 8-year. I don't really remember what it tastes like because we were probably 12 or 14 pours deep in before this got poured.
Right.
But those other ones come from different distilleries.
Yeah.
Where this one is Heaven Hill, and I'm a Heaven Hill fan.
NDPs are getting more and more popular though.
Yeah.
And they're just sourcing some really great stuff. So
I'm going to go ahead and pop this because I've been sitting here quivering like a little girl to get a taste of this thing. I'm going to go ahead and give this thing a pop here. Ooh,
that was a good one.
All over you.
Lumpy, you're not going to like me here in a second. The Dancing Panda 10-year bourbon offers rich notes of caramel, vanilla, toasted oak, and baking spices. Most pointed out cinnamon and nutmeg, balanced with a hint of dried fruit, apple and cherry, honey, molasses, and a pleasant rye spice.
Wow. Okay. I'm not going to hate you. I'm going to thank you for doing all the research for me that I spent 2 hours trying to find. So
that was a simple type 10-year Dancing Panda tasting notes into Google. First thing that popped up.
You know what's funny?
He's the sound guy.
Yeah.
And the tech,
Well, the funny thing is if you can Google search the same thing 3 times.
Yeah.
And come up with 3 different results.
This is pretty good on the nose. So, what are your thoughts?
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
Well,
it's got a better nose.
It's good on the nose. My sinuses are shit, so I always have to qualify like what I actually smell. It's got to be really strong to get through.
It's not terrible.
So it is. What's the proof on this? I'm going to say like $110.
Well, Corey, you have all the notes, buddy.
Oh shit! Let me look it up for you. I don't know.
I'm only kidding. It's 100 proof.
100 proof. Okay.
I thought this was a little light. We're high proof guys.
Yeah, me too.
We like the hazmats and.
Well, he says he likes the hazmats until he gets a real one, and then he's like, "Yeah, fuck that shit."
No, when you gave me that nasty ass Buckner's, man.
No,
not Buckner's. It's the Wyatt Earp.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was 160 proof.
165.
Yeah, okay, whatever. 5 more points of shit.
It was great. So I still have a little bit left.
I allegedly have some North Carolina spring water in the house, so
nice.
It's definitely high proof, and it's really good. It's really smooth.
Nice.
Yeah, we've had a couple really good hazmats. X was talking about
Mammoth Distillery.
The Mammoth Distilleries. That rye is just the shit, man.
Yeah. Make your way wherever they're at and grab one of their I'm trying to get their cigar blend, but I can't find it and it's never in stock. They ship. So but the one that I like the most is the Tiki blend. That they have Mammoth does some cool things because they take blends. They take several different age statements and different kinds of whiskeys and ryes. They also grow their own rye that they use in their mash bill.
Okay.
Which is cool. And then they finish it off in lots of different ways. The one I like, the Tiki blend, is finished off in rum casks. Their smoke bomb is finished off in Armagnac and Scotch barrels, and it was all right. So I think I liked it.
That one.
Well, it's because that's Scotch. But yeah, Mammoth Distilling is it's a pretty good bit.
So we're talking about rye whiskeys and stuff like that. My wife went on a business trip for training to Fort Wayne, Indiana, and while she was there, I said, "Hey, well, you go bourbon hunting for me. Go hit up a store, see what they got, find something local. I want something local." And she brought back this company called Three Rivers. It's out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. And she just brought back it's called the Third Time. It's just a bottle of 98 proof bourbon. It was really, really good. So when Tony joined the show, I gave him a shot of that, and he's like, "Dude, I really like this. We need to get some more of this." I was like, "We just got to go to Fort Wayne. It's only 90 minutes west of here." And he goes, "Okay." And then February of 2024, they posted that they were going out of business. Three Rivers was. So Tony and I did a road trip from my house to Fort Wayne, Indiana to go buy what they had. What we ended up with was another bottle of the Third Time because we really liked that. And then we bought a little 375 milliliter bottle of what's called Franklin B. Rye. We didn't know anything about it. We like rye whiskey, so we bought it and brought it home. It's absolutely the best rye whiskey him and I have ever had. And I like rye whiskey. I'll drink rye whiskey all day long.
That's a high praise.
Yeah. You talked about the Three Rivers in your second podcast or your second show.
Yeah. So we get back, they go out of business, we can't get any more. Alan joins the show, we get Alan a little shot of it, and he's like, "Dude, that's probably the best rye I've ever had in my life." In September, we started joking about it because we had a rough day. We had all the recording stuff just sucked that day. It was horrible. So we pulled the little bottle out and had a little sip of it. We started making jokes during text messages during the week. We should really find it and see if we can get some more of this. We know the company is out of business, so I just did a quick Google search. Total Wine in Avon, Indiana had 4 bottles left. I called the lady and I was like, "Hey, I'm thinking about making a trip out that way to see if you have these bottles. Can you just tell me if you even have them?" She looked up in the computer. She's like, "I have 4 bottles and we haven't gotten any more in a year." I was like, "Well, I know why you haven't gotten them in a year." So
yep.
I made the round trip of 6 hours to go to just north of Indianapolis to pick up 4 bottles and come back.
So and I got to interject here.
Yeah.
On your show, you're like, "I'll never sit and wait in line
I will never
for a bottle." But you'll drive 6 hours.
I'll drive 6 hours for a bottle if I know it's there.
Sure.
I can see that when it's a limited edition.
There's a prize at the end of that tunnel. So yeah.
I mean, Tony and Alan sat in line in September for my birthday. They brought up a bottle of E.H. Taylor. I've never had E.H. Taylor before. And so they sat in line. They came up and bought me a bottle of E.H. Taylor. I still haven't opened it yet. But that's, if you see the video on TikTok where we were drinking E.H. Taylor and putting Pepsi in it, that was Alan's bottle. We fucking with him the entire time. He got so fucking pissed off about that. It was hilarious. That's why we kept doing it. He kept getting madder and madder and madder. We just kept fucking egging it on until he takes it anymore.
So, do you guys have trouble getting Taylor there?
It's allocated here in the state, and once we get it, it's gone. So,
well,
it
used to be hard.
I'm sorry.
I was going to say, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but it used to be very hard for us to get it here for allocation.
Yeah.
Now it's plentiful.
Any store that gets a drop, it's not difficult to find at least the small batch.
Yeah.
The single barrels, I waited in line a month or so ago and had a great experience with it, by the way. I got there like 4 hours before the store opened, only 4 hours. Second person in line. It was
second person in line.
Yeah, it was a great experience. We had Big Red Whiskey over there. We had a whole lot of folks that were just there sharing. So I had my first buff turkey. There was somebody who had a 15-year that Sealbox sold of the Buffalo Trace turkey, wild turkey mash, right?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking phenomenal, dude. I'm waiting on a bottle. So if you're not part of the Whiskey Warriors group, join, because that's Big Mike's group. And there's a 16-year buff turkey that is getting bottled and going to be sent out. So I'll be enjoying that one too. But it was just a great experience. And part of the thing was you had to buy the store pick that Kenny had done. And this is Kenny's Liquors. You make your way down to Florida, we'll have to take you because it's our favorite little place to go.
Oh, we drink there.
Yeah.
We do.
And so you had to take his store pick plus one other store pick bottle that they had. And so it was we can get the Taylors around here. The small batch, like I said, is relatively easy to get. Anything beyond the small batch is harder.
You're right.
But like the Blantons, Eagle Rear 10s, like Walmart gets those drops around here.
Wow.
So
see, Ohio is a controlled state, so they obviously we don't get gouged coming out of the store. It's the secondary that if you want to get something, that's where we get gouged at. And a lot of the stuff that I get, I find good deals. Like I know a lot of people in the communities and stuff like that, and I have a lot of good friends. I just like, hey, this is what I'm looking for. I don't care if I've got to drive 4 hours down to your house to get it. I'll come get it. Just don't screw me over on the price. I saved them having to drive 2.5 hours to meet me or whatever it is. Like Thanksgiving night, I drove down to Covington just over the border to pick up the 125 proof Sazerac rye, the 125 proof. I knew a guy that had
a decent pour.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I wish it was more, pink bubble gum like the original was, but it wasn't bad. So, but yeah, it's like I don't mind driving. It's a really nice car just kind of ride in. So, it's a lot of people don't want to drive. Driving doesn't bother me. But yeah, in the control states, like it's we're just now getting to where Buffalo Trace is sitting on the shelves now.
Really?
Yeah. I think when we were first looking, Buffalo Trace was hard to come by.
Now it's everywhere.
Now, literally, there's 6 or 7 on almost every shelf in almost every store that's worth going to.
Yeah.
There's a couple stores I was at recently that weren't worth walking into.
Right.
And I'll just say it was difficult to find just the normal cheap stuff. But Buffalo Trace everywhere. And I got 2 bottles of Buffalo Trace just sitting. I have no reason to open them because there's other stuff. But you find yourself kosher, which Passover's coming up before long, and they do a kosher release every time. Those bottles of kosher, you want it.
Yeah, you want that.
I've been lucky enough that I got the kosher wheated and the kosher rye.
The kosher rye is tits.
Well, and this guy over here does not like wheated.
I'm not a wheated bourbon guy.
But that one turned him on.
It's okay to be wrong.
Because of the rye spice. The rye spice offset. That rye spice kind of offset that wheated part, which is good. The wheated to me is almost Scotch-esque.
Okay.
To me, it's
But see, one of my favorite wheateds that we never see around here is the antiques. So, and I love an antique. We just never get them here.
No.
That's actually currency up here on the secondary market. Like people will trade reds, so many reds to get a bottle or something. I'm like, that's ridiculous. Sure. I have cash money. I will give you cash. I want 3 reds. I'm like, first off, I don't have 3 reds to give you, and I have cash money. So
that's kind of funny that they'd rather take the bottles over the cash.
Right.
Like you said, it's currency, Jim.
Yep.
Right.
Oh shit.
Ridiculous. But you guys asked the question earlier, like why I wanted to help you guys out or why I took so much time. It's like I'm still figuring stuff out. And if I can help somebody else that's coming up and they, give them little tips of stuff that I've done or I've ran into and help them out, that's what it's all about. I mean, it's kind of like you said in the bourbon community, you want to sit and chat and have these stories and stuff like that. Helping you guys out, I was able to tell the guys, hey, I helped X out and this is what he's doing now. And it's I kind of wear it on the sleeve, it's kind of nice to help people out. So
yeah, man. Well, like I said, I appreciate the help.
Oh, anytime, man. You guys, all you need is reach out. There's not very many bottles. So the running joke is I had to buy another cabinet to put whiskey in. When I bought the house here, we had an old down in the basement. The guy just left a ton of stuff. Like there's a handmade table saw down there in the basement still. I haven't got to this. And there was this old pie safe down there. It was just rotting away. And I told my wife, I said, I'm tired of having my whiskey sit on the counter in the kitchen. I said, I'm going to bring that thing up here. I'm going to refinish it. Never refinished anything before my entire life. Brought upstairs, refinished it, and stored all my whiskey. And then the podcast started, and now I had to buy another cabinet because Tony and Alan, when they come up, they're like, oh, we'll just leave this bottle here. We'll just leave this bottle here. We'll just leave this bottle here. It grew to 120 bottles.
Yeah.
So we did our barrel pick earlier this year. And
tell me about that.
It grew 50 bottles. So I had 170 bottles in my house for the longest time.
Wow.
But that was a fun experience. So we were approached by A.M. Scott they're now in Vandalia, Ohio, which is literally 10 minutes north of Dayton. But they were in Troy. That's how I met them. They were part of one of the barnstorming tours we did when we first started. They were on our list. We went in and met the owner. His name is Anthony. Really, really super nice, down to earth guy. He invited us in. We came in and we were sitting there talking with him. He's like, "Hey, I got something for you guys." I'm like, "Oh, we're gonna get like a pin or a hat or something cool like that, He walks out with 3 bottles of their small batch. We have to change the label due to a copyright infringement with another company because they were Scotties with a Y.
Okay.
So they changed it to A.M. Scott after his grandfather. His grandfather is a Purple Heart recipient. So they named it after him. And he's like, we're changing the labels, and we really appreciate you guys coming in and, doing an episode with us. Gave us 3 bottles. Just free out of his own pocket. Here you go. We didn't ask for it. He's like, here you go. And that always spoke volumes to me about the person. He ran into a bit of an issue where he had a restaurant he'd opened up in Troy. It went tits. It went tits up real quick. And he ended up moving his company out of Troy down to Vandalia just to kind of get away from the situation. It was not a good situation in Troy. Their first call was to us. Hey, we want to do a barrel pick with you guys. Do you guys have time to come down and do a barrel pick?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yes.
We will come down and listen to your pitch. I don't know how deep our pockets are, but we'll come listen to your pitch and we'll sit and we'll drink whiskey with you guys for the afternoon, which is what we did. And it was when we got down there, he kind of laid it out. He was like, however many bottles you want to buy, that's what the deal's for. If you want to buy 40 bottles, if you want to buy 50 bottles, we obviously didn't want to buy a whole barrel because that's ridiculous money. My pockets aren't that deep, and so we settled on 50 bottles, and it was a very enjoyable situation as far as you tell somebody that you're blue collar that you have whiskey for sale, and it just sells itself. I literally sold just going to work and posting on Facebook. This is what I have. Facebook obviously didn't shut me down, which was kind of nice, but I just posted and I sold 32 bottles out of that 50, like within 2 weeks. So
good for you.
Yeah. So
X and I were.
Go for it. No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say X and I were lucky enough to get involved in a barrel pick.
Okay.
We did it through with one of the TikTokers, Dave's Rick House. I don't know if you've ever seen him. Anyway, it was through a Brooklyn distillery.
Yep, Fort Hamilton. Yep.
And we did a virtual barrel pick. He sent, I think it was 5 or 6 of us, and he sent us all, I think it was 4 or 5 handshakes of each barrel.
Okay. Yep.
And we did like a Teams meeting where we all poured them out into Glens, and we were like, yes, no,
And it was the Fort Hamilton mash bill that won each time.
It was unreal. Do you still have that?
No, no, that's gone. So
I'm not shocked. I think I helped you polish that off.
Yeah, I think I killed both bottles over at your house.
Yeah, like a dumbass. I gifted one to a friend.
Yeah,
like, I didn't like it that much.
Right. So, but Fort Hamilton does ship. So
yeah, Fort Hamilton has some nice products out of Brooklyn.
Look, you guys are Florida, right? You're down in the deep.
well,
not deep.
Central
Florida.
Yeah.
Central. Okay.
Orlando market.
Okay, I've been to Orlando. You guys should look into out of North Carolina. You should look into Old Raleigh Distillery.
Okay,
I've heard of them.
They have like the genie bottle style bottles that their stuff comes in. They're really good. And then look into Virgil Cane. They're out of South Carolina. Those guys are really good too. So I know for a fact Old Raleigh ships. I'm not sure about Virgil Cane. You may have to travel to South Carolina to get it, but it's definitely worth the pour. Like the guy the guy who I was on his podcast, he does a lot with Virgil Cane. He really likes them. So I've been gifted a couple of little bottles, and they always hit home. So the Old Raleigh is really good. And that's just a bottle you'll just keep forever because it's so pretty. So
nice.
A genie bottle, huh?
Yeah, it looks like a genie bottle.
Okay.
So recently, you've probably seen on our YouTube, but I was gifted a box, a very large box, and it was from a friend of mine I've known him I know him from Instagram. Then we met at the Cellar because he said he was going to be there, so I made a point to go up and introduce myself, and we actually met in person. His name is Brandon. His name is Old State Line Bourbon on Instagram. Okay. And he out of the blue texted me one day and goes, "What's your address?" I said, I gave him my address, and I was like, "This is going to be, it's either be really good or really bad. I don't know what he's sending me," because he was probably sending me. Sure. So I received a box, and in that box was the Ohio Whiskey Advent Calendar. It was 25 little handshake bottles. Wow, that I had to get. I went through because the guys haven't been up, so I was taking little sips out of it and doing reviews and stuff on it. I was doing 7 at a time. Up till I work second shift, so I can't drink at night. That's the time I'm at work. So I was doing them on Saturdays and Sundays, 7 bottles at a time. And so when the guys come up here Saturday, there's 25 little bottles sitting on the little mantle over here. Nice. So, but yeah, that's something we did recently, which was kind of fun. There's out of the blue, like here's some stuff for you to do as far as content. So he did that for me. He just like out of the blue, here, I got a real nice Christmas card and stuff. He's like, I love what you guys do. I love that your mental health and all this other stuff. And, keep up the good work. And I couldn't thank him enough. Like I almost wanted to curse him because it was so overwhelming. I'm not that kind of person with big gifts and stuff like that. I'm more into experiences. Let me go somewhere and experience something. Let me go, hang out with elephants. Elephants are my favorite animal. Let me go hang out with the elephants or something, or take me down where there's some cool stuff going on. Or, I don't really need a lot in life, but that was almost overwhelming. I'm like, how am I going to get through this? What's the best way to do this? And it's the creative process that comes up. That's what this is all about. It's storytelling and being creative. Yep. And for a while there, we had that big, huge, elaborate, intro into the show. We were all in front of green screens and doing all crazy stuff. And when we kicked our co-host off, I was like, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want this big, huge, fancy intro. It's more about what we're talking about, not this minute and a half intro into the episode. So
sure.
But yeah, that's why I do. I just like being creative. I used to play. I was a semi-pro paintball player for about 10 years, and
fun. No way.
I actually played on the grounds of Disney World at World Cup 1 year. So I've been down in your guys' area. I went to Gator World and stuff down there. So that was kind of fun.
Nice. Gatorland. I've been here 18 years, never been to Gatorland. Seriously.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
can't lie.
For the longest time, we did like a web show, and that's the reason I continued playing it because I was part of the I did all the editing and everything for the web show. So, but it's just another way to tell a story. It's just we sit here, we bullshit, we have fun, but it's like, what else can I add to this to add some value to it? If it's just what it is, and it's cool. But if I can add, like Samuel L. Jackson saying, "How can I trust somebody that doesn't eat a good old American hot dog because Tony doesn't eat sausages and stuff like that?" Then I'm going to add it in. I'm picking on him. So
right. No, I got you there. So I got an advent calendar from a friend, and I can say I kept up with about 13 days of it, and now I'm just doing like 4 of them at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So because
I had to do 7 at a time. I wouldn't have gotten through it. So.
Oh yeah, no kidding. I mean, I put up a whole lot of TikTok content that nobody watches, which is fine.
Yeah, me too.
But when I was putting out those Advent bottles, it was like, man, there's just so much to keep up with, and I've already got good bottles. Now, mind you, there's bottles that I got a hold of that I wouldn't have otherwise. Like I had Frey Ranch for the first time, which I can buy that. I just haven't.
Right.
And I had got that. There's a few distilleries. Chicken Cock, as an example, is one that I always pass on the shelves. It was super fucking good. So, yeah. And then, there's a Japanese whiskey from Okinawa. I got to find a bottle of that. I'm sold. It took 1.5 ounces. And I'm like, I got a bottle. I need a bottle. It's got to happen.
What's a bottle you guys didn't think you were gonna like, but end up drinking it this year that you liked? Good question, right?
Elvis.
Yeah,
I'm going to say it was the Elvis. It was the king. Yeah.
Okay.
So when I was in Tennessee for a business trip, on the way back through the airport, I was looking for anything that I could find that was particularly Nashville, particularly Tennessee. And the Elvis, I've actually got 2 bottles. One recently is called like the King's Dessert or something like that. It's a banana peanut butter whiskey.
That's okay. It's like Robitussin, bro.
That I ended up turning into a bourbon cream, which the missus liked an awful lot. So, but there was an Elvis the King. It was a rye that was it the rye or the straight whiskey?
That was straight whiskey.
It was a straight whiskey, and it was one that we opened up, I don't know, like episode 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And I got to say, that was a banger it was 94 proof. Like, there's nothing completely remarkable about it, but I got to say, that was a good sleeper.
Yeah. So we every time we went to our local OHQ we would see this bottle called Dark Arts, and they had like 4 or 5 different variants.
We know this.
So we went and found our local liquor store here in town has like every offering of it, but the price always turned us off. Like, it's $90. I don't know if I want to take a chance on a $90 bottle. And so one day I had extra cash, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy just the straight bourbon whiskey. Didn't look anything up about it. I just bought it. Got it back to the house. Looked up stuff on it, and I fell in love with that bottle. Like, that's a bottle I will always keep in the house now. It's just the straight bourbon whiskey. It's the cherry. It has my favorite words in it: cherry cola.
Cherry.
So
I've heard you say that on your show.
I'm a big cherry cola guy. So, but yeah, that's that Dexter, and then the Dexter was a surprise one this year for me because that's also a cherry bomb. The Woodinville, I think just the regular 90 proof that's in the port barrels. That's a cherry bomb. These things are really good too. If you can get those, get your hand on one of those, try that out. But yeah, we've had a lot of surprise bottles this year. Like we used to have a death row for bottles we didn't like, and only 2 bottles ever made it on there. One of them was Lead Slinger. Don't ever drink that.
Okay. Okay.
It doesn't sound good by the name.
No, absolutely horrible. It was so bad that it was like I took 1 sip and I was like, nope, never again, never again.
That's me with Scotch.
Yeah, I'm starting to come around to Scotch. I have a bottle of Dewars in the house that it's a 15-year and it's great. So,
no way, man. I can't do it.
You're against the peatiness, right?
I think. I don't know if it was you or one of your co-hosts says it smells like earthworms.
Yeah, it does.
I always say if I want that, I can just for free run out to my front yard and just take a bite. Grab a little big mouthful of turf.
That's what I think about with matcha.
Ugh. Matcha, whatever. But I would say for me would have been that 13th Colony. That cast strength Southern Rye. I bit the bullet. It was $110 for a bottle. I had never heard about it, never read about it. I don't know why I bought it. Maybe because it came in like I guess it's like a pot still bottle, which you know.
Yeah.
And it had the color. I think I was wooed by the color.
Sure.
And then we took that bitch home, popped it, and I was sucked in, man. I was just like, that is my absolute fucking jam.
Well, so I think the Elvis for me was the sleeper. My favorite, and there have been a lot of good ones. So I'm, a huge fan of Peerless. The High Rye is one of my absolute favorites. Got a hold of that. I have an Eagle Rare 12 that I haven't cracked open yet. We'll do that on episode 12. But not to be cliche.
For me.
But it's I think of all the bottles that I've had that were absolute bangers and sleepers, oh man, I want to be able to say that Buff Turkey was probably, and it's not one that I owned, right? Like I just got a share of it, but it was enough to be able to say, I want to try to find this again.
Right.
The one that I definitely didn't expect to be decent, but was what Whiskey Odin brought over, that Hazmat Blanton's.
Oh,
okay.
So straight from the barrel.
Yeah, and we shit on Blanton's like openly. So it's because it's okay. It's just overpriced. It's overhyped.
That's what it is. It's a $90 bottle. It's ridiculous what they charge for it up here, but
you should mix it with Pepsi.
We have.
So but that's straight from the barrel. That was something else.
That was what, 132 proof?
Yeah, it was up there. It was definitely good though.
Yeah, Whiskey Odin. Yeah, that was Bland's.
But no, in all seriousness, thank you so much. This was a lot of fun.
Appreciate you guys. You guys have a good one.
So before we go, we can cut it up. Is there anything you want to share about your show specifically? Give yourself a shameless plug.
I mean, just check us out on all our socials. We're trying to grow just like everybody else. I mean, we're on YouTube. We just recently went to Spotify. That was my call on that. Why not post more places? But we're at Crack Skull Podcast everywhere. TikTok, Instagram. X is a little bit different. We have the URL for X. We don't ever post anything there, but Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok and YouTube. Find us. So,
all right.
Awesome. Good talking to you, Corey.
All right.
Talk to you guys later.
See you, buddy.
See you guys.
X, that was a great segment with Corey.
Oh, yeah.
Please check him out on YouTube and any place that you get your podcasts. We thank him for being on today. It was a great talk. We're glad he was on. We've been trying to get him to come on for a while, and here he was tonight. It was great to have him before the end of the year. This is our last podcast of the year, and we definitely want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and a prosperous New Year.
Hell yeah. And welcome to 2026.
Oh, let's go 2026. Let's see what this year brings us, folks.
All right, Lumpy. Before we close out 2025, we want to raise one more glass.
Oh, yes,
Ready?
Please.
All right. Here's to this year being one where half-baked ideas turn into a real show. Real conversations, real people on the other side of the headphones. Here's to every pour we shared, every hot take we walked back, and every story that reminded us bourbon is supposed to be a hobby, not a hazard.
And here's to 2026. Not a finished product, but a work in progress. Stronger bottles, better conversations, more honest talk about what's in the glass and what's in our heads. To everyone listening, and to where we're going from here. Cheers.
Cheers, my friend. I love you, brother.
Likewise.
We drop the talk real hot and bold. From Lumpy to General X, ain't no delay. Thanks for talking shit with us today. And yo, thanks for talking shit with Lumpy and X. Breaking it down till there's nothing complex. Riding the beat as we close the show. Catch you next time on the late night flow. Spin the dial, rewind the tape. We keep it real, this ain't no escape. Laughs and truth serve raw, not sweet. Mic drop, Lumpy and X bring the heat. Hey yo, thanks for talking shit with Lumpy and X. Dropping truths and making you reflect. We out like a jammer, smooth and slow. See you next time where the convos glow. Words in the air as the beat fades out. Lumpy and X, that's what we're about. So keep it locked till the very last say. Thanks for talking shit, we out today.